Hello there. I just want to go a quick, a response to Chris Hayford's one in his video where, basically talked about three core, points of Christianity. And he basically outlined these points and then said that you can't veer away from them. And these points were like centre, and no matter what you do, a Christian has to abide by these things. And although with modern Christianity, the way it is today, that's essentially true. However, if you look back through its history, you have got it isn't as clear as that, because once you look back, it gets a bit more muddy, and then it's not. Once you've studied a bit about the history of the Bible, it's not as clear as when they go back. It says, "Oh, this is all the things they believed," and it was always stayed like that all the way through time. Because of the 3 points you talked about, I think one I wanted to focus on was about Jesus, and about how, obviously, how the Christians believe that obviously he was born of a virgin and then died and resurrected. But however, I've got this book here. It's by. See it. I'm trying to show. Hold on. Move it up. Trying to get the camera on it. And it was called Jesus and the Goddess. It's a book by Peter Feck and Timothy Gandhi. You got that right. No, Timothy Feck and Peter Gandhi. Yes, you got that one. Sorry. It's about there's written several books, but of that book, they try to establish the point, or try and about the point of view that the Jesus story, that the people originally wrote the Jesus story, actually wrote it as an allegory, as in, Jesus wasn't actually. It's actually controversial. A lot of people believe this, but Jesus didn't actually exist. So Jesus was sort of like an allegory of spiritual rebirth, which is based on sort of a pagan myth. And also, if you look back through history, there's several examples of gods that had certain elements of the Jesus story, like they were born of virgins or the resurrected, and so that specific story of Jesus is so similar to other stories. It sort of reeks of a sort of like. It doesn't seem literal when you look back and compare it. So that in mind, how these early Christians used this myth as sort of like I could say an allegory. So then they had the literal, where people took a story more literally and people who didn't. So even from that point in time, it's not clear saying, this is what people, a Christian must believe this. Obviously, when they went through time, things got, there's more of a core belief of way things developed, but when you look back, it's not quite as clear as that. And also, when just briefly about the history of Christianity I think the way I see it, I think there's several points in it, but there's definitely a couple of points in history that stand out that show how things developed the way they did. I picked two, but I think I could probably pick up several more. The one I saw was like how there was someone called Valentinus, and he almost became Pope. Well, when he missed out, I think he just missed out. But if he became Pope, he was a Gnostic, so he was more into the allegorical teachings than sort of ritual teachings. So so after he became Pope, I would suspect that would have an impact within the church. But because he didn't, and that was one key point, key bit of history. But the biggest one I'd say was when Constantine was Emperor Constantine, he converted to Christianity. But when he'd done that, he obviously famously set up something called the Council of Nicosia. And doing that, that's when you got people to come together and then sort of decide what Christianity is about. So obviously at this point, we've got several sects, and we've got people got varying beliefs of the field Christianity about. But one of the main things that I think that was discussed, there must be several, but one thing I think I can definitely safely say was discussed was the divinity of Jesus. So even in that point in history, it wasn't accepted that Jesus was God. So to say that that today that has to be accepted, I don't really see that's fair. Because then, if I look back, that wasn't always the case. But because of the way things developed, because when things were decided upon what the way Christianity is to be, and then obviously the powers that be then tried to, everything else became heresy, so then they tried to stop them out. And so that's how I think we've got the Roman Church, and then these certain principles they get today of what people, the Christians, what the Bible and the Jesus stories meant to be. But it's not that. Just when people say that, when you look back, it's just what Christianity is doesn't become as clear, and you can't really say to a person, to be a Christian you must believe X, Y, or Z, because there's stuff I don't see that in terms. I don't say maybe use Jesus as a core. I mean, they're both clear away from that, but you can't really say to someone due to the way things develop. The way history developed, you can't. I mean, you can't criticize. On one hand, criticize Christianity for being a certain way. When somebody tries to move from it, say, you can't be like that. You must believe in talking snakes. It's not as simple as that, because that's not the way Christianity always was. But then, like I said, I think I've got my point. But anyway, happy New Year, and I hope I'm still struggling with these vlog things. Hopefully they get a bit better. But I've got a few more things in mind. Hopefully I want to more focus on my video making. Well, to be a bit more active. But anyway, happy New Year, and take care.